James Dorsey is a senior fellow at Singapore's Rajaratnam School of International Studies and joins us now live from Singapore. Thank you so much for coming on. What response do you think we can expect from the international community today?
Well, I think the major concern is going to be how Iran responds. This was an attack in the Iranian capital at a moment that the newly elected Iranian president was being inaugurated. And Iran's not going to take kindly to that. We saw in April when Israel attacked the Iranian consulate in Damascus. Iran saw that as an attack on its territory and responded with a barrage of some 300 rockets and missiles. The issue for Iran is going to be seen to be responding to this, but on the other hand, to try and avoid this escalating into a full-fledged Middle East and Israel-Iranian war. It has various options. It could do what it did in April again, and there are many who believe that the April barrage of missiles and drones was calibrated to demonstrate Iran's capabilities, but not really to inflict major damage and therefore provoke a war. Iran could strike at a target in Israel. Iran could strike at a target outside of Israel. Or Iran could respond through its various non-state allies, including Hezbollah, but also the Houthis and the pro-Iranian militias in Iraq.
James, you mentioned the possibilities of Iran's response there. Hamas have called this a grave escalation, which will not go unpunished. Do you think there are real concerns now of an all-out war in the Middle East?
Well, there's certainly concerns. I think, do keep in mind, Hamas obviously pinpointed Israel as the perpetrator. The Iranians have yet to do so. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard has said that it is investigating and will make an announcement later today. I would expect that they will blame Israel, but nonetheless, they haven't done so yet. The Israelis have not yet claimed responsibility, even though they've been very clear that they would target Hamas leaders no matter where in the world they were. And keep in mind that Haniyeh's family in recent months has been targeted. His sister was arrested in Israel, 2 of his sons and at least 1 grandchild were killed in an Israeli strike in Gaza. So we're very early on in all of this, but ultimately Israel will be held responsible. And the question is, what's the fallout of that going to be?
And James, how much of a blow is this for Hamas and Palestinians, and how will they be affected going forward?
I don't know that it's a major blow. First of all, Hamas is an organization that's seen its leaders assassinated by Israel in the past, and has been organizationally and structurally capable of doing so. Haniyeh was not the only member of the political bureau of Hamas. He was not the only ceasefire negotiator. There are other very prominent and important Hamas figures involved in that. So I don't know that this fundamentally will change things. I think, though, one thing to keep in mind, that among Hamas leaders, Haniyeh was one of the more popular ones. And if you looked at public opinion surveys of public opinion, both in Gaza and in the West Bank, Haniyeh emerged relatively popular in those, not maybe the most popular leader, but nonetheless a leader who had some public support.
Okay, James Dorsey, live from Singapore there. Thank you so much for your analysis.